What's up? Welcome to HelloHogan.com. Or if you're watching this via YouTube, then welcome to my YouTube channel. If you randomly stumbled across this, then welcome still. Definitely has been so long. Oh my gosh, way too long since the last time I posted. I moved to New York, so just been trying to get used to my new job in the corporate world, and that's been interesting. But now I finally kind of have it under my belt. I skipped the gym today, so I was like, I'm gonna make a YouTube video. So here I am, representing with my Madison Ave shirt. So here we go. Today I want to talk about why I decided to leave China. Someone commented on my last video, why'd you leave? And I was like, dang, that's a good video topic. So I'll talk about it. Really, it's simple. This won't be a super long video. There's not a whole lot of reasons why I decided to leave. The reason I left was because China wasn't somewhere I wanted to live long term. When I think about my future, I see myself eventually having a family, maybe raising kids or getting married. Like, I just felt like that for me, when it comes down to it, that's not something that I see myself doing in China. Um, living in a culture that's so different. A lot of people do it, and kudos to them. Mad respect for them to be able to do that. For me, not something I wanted to do. Now, that's not to say that I'm never going to go overseas and live overseas again. Planning my next trip as we speak. But as far as China goes, um, the cultural difference, the language barrier, and honestly, I got lonely there by myself. Those are all reasons why I ultimately decided to leave. It was hard to always be the only black person, or even more so, one of the only foreigners. Um, it was hard to be so far away from family. And really, I didn't have a whole lot of friends there, so that was tough for me as well. Teaching itself, although I love my kids, at the time that I decided to leave, I didn't know if I was passionate about that. Now, looking back and doing the job that I do, although I like it, I'm not gonna lie, I do miss teaching. So, but at the time, I thought that that wasn't something I wanted to do with my life. Teach. Um, and in the school that I worked at, I'm not gonna knock it. I'm not gonna say the name of the school. If you read my blog post, then you can find that out. But that particular school wasn't for me either. So that's ultimately why I decided to leave. Now, all these reasons for me to leave, I don't ever want someone to watch this and say, well I don't want to do it because she said the language barrier was too tough. Absolutely not. It was hard, yes, but totally doable. And all of those challenges I faced made me a stronger and better person. So many people would have struggled moving to New York away from, their hometown, but I was able to do it easily. And that's because I lived in China. After you do something that difficult, there's really nothing that can phase you at that point. And that's kind of where I'm at. So that is why I decided to leave China. The cultural difference in China was a little bit too big for me to um, remain in. I could adapt in that culture for an amount of time, but if I were to think long term, like forever, I couldn't imagine that. I like America. I like living here. That's not to say that there's no other country in the world I'd want to live, maybe. But China was not the place I wanted to live. Will I go back to visit? Absolutely. Definitely. I would take long term vacations there for sure. Um, but to live there for an elongated period of time, it's just not something I wanted to do. And that's not to say that maybe if I was in a different part of China, things would be different. Probably. Maybe if I was in a different part of China, things would be different. But in terms of Haikou, no. So much noise. Sorry, this is New York. But yeah, so that's it. That's that. That's why I decided to leave. Plain and simple. The cultural difference was too much for me. But I love China, and it'll always be a part of who I am now, and forever will be one of the best experiences of my life. So I don't want anybody out there to watch this and be like, oh, she's bashing China. Of course not. I miss it a lot. But to live for longer than a year would have been a struggle for me. And that's just how it is. So that's it. If you ever have any other questions about me and my experience in China, or even me living here in New York, then please feel free to comment below and I will make a video about it, because sometimes I have like video block and I don't know what to talk about. So that's that. Thank you so much for watching, and peace.